The time is 7:30 a.m. on January 3rd, day one. Hello there, so I'm David Bradley and this channel is for the road less travelled, but this particular part of the video series is called the Viking Challenge. Now, I've done this before. I managed to gain approximately 2.5 stone of extra weight and mass. I achieved a number of goals which were outlined in the original series, which was on a channel called Schizophreniforms, but I decided that as part of this channel, the road less travelled, I wanted to do a dedicated segment every 4 weeks in regards to my physical health. So we're going to cover my diet, some performance metrics, like where I'm at the moment. We're going to discuss the aims and challenges for the next 4 weeks, and then a general discussion of the aims of what the Viking Challenge is about. So yeah, let's dive in. So to begin this discussion, just to top off the video right from the get-go, these are the aims. It's a 12-month physical transformation. So for example, like muscle mass wise, so I'm currently 13.10 stone, as you'll see later in the video when we go over my weight, BMI, performance metrics. We'll go into that in a little bit. So I'm currently 13.1 stone. I'm aiming to get up to 14 first in about 3 months, and then 15 after 6 months, and then another half a stone per every 3 months. So the end target is 16 stone of just lean muscle. So I mean, if you see where I'm at the moment, this is me at 14 stone. So I'm not skinny, but I'm not big by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm aiming to get big. And then as part of this process, we're going to do a monthly vlog. So every 4 weeks I'm going to check in with, like, showing my weight and muscle gain, differences in physiques, discuss the challenges, which we'll go more into in a minute, and then possibly I'm going to like orchestrate some kind of charts showing that, like, my stats and as they go up and down and how they vary, and discuss that in more detail. But there's 5 areas I specifically want to target as part of this physical transformation. So weightlifting is one of them. I want to be very strong. Cardio, we can talk about that more in a bit, but like, my lungs are knackered. My heart is not in a good situation at the moment. Coffee, cigarettes, that's the big factor for me. So I really want to like condition my cardiovascular system, recondition it. Part of the aim is to quit smoking. I'm just going to move on to vaping the first part of that. Then stamina and endurance. So I want to be able to do like long distance cycling, long distance swimming, long distance running. We'll go more into that shortly. And then I want to monitor and regulate my calorie intake and nutrition. So improve my diet to an optimum form for me personally. And then the 5th area of development is just strength. So not just lifting weights, but like general like power, like explosive strength, that kind of thing. And the ways I intended to do that is through swimming, cycling, running, possibly jogging, long distance running, weightlifting, and then I'm considering, again, because this has been a goal of mine for years that I've never ever managed to stay consistent with, whereas with the gym and cycling and various things like that, mainly weightlifting and training, I can be pretty consistent, but I would love to do a martial art. And my preference for that is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or mixed martial arts. And we'll go more into this in a little bit, but you'll see later on. But I've got some like benchmark events that I've planned throughout the year, including a 1 kilometer swim, London to Brighton cycle ride, Brighton half marathon, possibly some sort of amateur weightlifting contest, and then the one that I'm probably not going to do, but because I'm unsure about it, but charity MMA fight. So we'll look into that more in a second. So as you can see, I've got open here a number of challenges that I am potentially hoping to engage in throughout the year. So here's the first one. It's the one I'm least sure about, but you get, it's basically, it's white collar mixed martial arts, right? My sister does this for the boxing, and I'm not going to be able to make this one. I don't think. I wouldn't imagine I'll be able to do that, but possibly the one after, who knows. Maybe I should even just apply for it now. But you get 8 weeks training. You don't. The events are for beginners. You get matched to someone with the same ability, raise money, get in shape, exhilarating, blah 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 blah. So this is something I'm thinking of doing. Possibly a cage/MMA fight. So that's one. And then as an addendum to that, this amazing place where I've been before for a couple of lessons in MMA and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I was hoping throughout the course of a year, I don't know how viable this is or feasible, but throughout the course of a year to try and get like just one belt in, maybe even two, but just one belt in to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and also train mixed martial arts with elements. I think their base is a Brighton one, which I know about, so that's one I'm thinking of doing. Another event that I would like to take part in is the London to Brighton cycle ride. Again, it's a charity fundraiser, which I think is vaguely viable if I spend enough time on the bike. That might be feasible. It's pretty long, 54 miles basically, so this would be like such an achievement for me because I'm so bad with cardio. My lungs are so knackered from smoking, so that would be a really cool one to do. Brighton Half Marathon, 13.1 mile run. Can't honestly say I think I'll be able to do this because I've got really bad knees, but it'd be a lovely thing to aim for and target towards building up to doing. And it raises money for charity again. And then the other one, the other possible one I wanted to do, which is like a big one. So I'm going to start out with basically this. So as you can see there, a 1 kilometer swim against the tide. And you can see it starts over here at one pier and then you swim to the other, which is just like, would be such an incredible achievement. Now I'll talk more about this later on, but because there's another part to this channel where I do challenges, and this is one in particular that would be like a huge thing for me because I'm so afraid of water. And again, with this one, fighting, I'm so afraid of physical confrontation. So these two are the ones that I really am emotionally invested in doing, but it just depends how viable they are. But terrifying fear of water, never won a fight, can take a punch, can't give one. Want to do martial arts for years and never really achieved it. Love cycling, never done anything meaningful. This would be just like weapons grade, like, okay, I've done something that I thought was impossible. So they're just the challenges. I wanted to mention in a little dedicated section these things that I would like to do as part of my fitness and physical transformation throughout the year. So in regards to my training goals for month one, we've got 5 days a week, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Go to the gym as early as possible. My gym opens at 6 AM, so I'm going to try and target getting up at 5:30 in the morning. You might see a little bit of footage prior or post this. But yeah, that's the aim, is to swim 5 days a week as early as possible, as early as I can manage to do. And then we've got Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to be doing a split 3-day workout. So Monday will be 7.5 minutes intensive cycle, progressive overload on chest press, bicep curls, triceps, and then there's these forearm raises, which are, you get 2 dumbbells, you go out to the side, out in the middle, out to the front, and you do 2 sets of that at each weight, and then progressively build up until you can't do the full sequence, and then that's capped out. And yeah, so there's that, and then with the chest press, the biceps and the triceps, it's 6 reps at each weight, progressive overload until I can't complete the full 6. So that's Monday. Wednesday, we've got a 7-minute
again, intensive cycle. Leg raises, same progressive overload. Leg extensions, so leg raises up like that, leg extensions sat up like that, and then leg press out like that. Progressive overload. So leg day, Wednesday is going to be the real painful day. And then on Friday, I'm going to do a 15-minute, slightly lower intensity cycle ride, just on a static bike, maybe even out and about just on a bike, depending on the weather. We're in England, it's winter, so we'll see, it might be one or the other, but 15 minutes is the goal for Friday. And then hanging leg raises, so the way I do it, I hang from my shoulders, from my arms, sorry, on the machine, and then you do out and then tuck, and you alternate them to collapse. I've done 100 before, but I'm probably, because when I did 100, I got like real pain in my hips the next day, so I'm going to try and target 50 for that. So 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. Sorry, so like tuck and then full extend. So 50 each in total. And then 2 planks to failure, to exhaustion. And I'm going to time them and try and increase that over time. And then I'm going to do either 30 sit-ups or just keep doing sit-ups or crunches until I can't do any more. So that's the basic target for the first month of training. So 5 swims, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like targeting chest and arms, abdomen and legs.
So I did a bit of around me, you can see performance metrics. I did a bit of a health test, so I wanted to see in the areas I've been working on anyway, like what level I'm at. So you won't be able to see my cursor, but bang in the centre up there is my weight, which is currently 13 stone 10 pounds, so 87.1 kilogram. It was the morning, so I got 6 foot 2.8, whereas in the evening I got 6 foot 2.4, which is quite funny. So you're taller in the morning than you are in the evening. BMI is estimated at 24.1, so within the ideal weight range. So basically I'm right on the heavier end of perfect weight. So that is my current weight and BMI. And then as you can see above me, you've got chest press. I managed 120 pounds, 54 kilograms, which it isn't the best I've ever done, but it's about on average what I can do with my chest, because my chest is quite weak. Right at the top there you'll see 100 pounds / 45 kilograms on tricep extensions with an isolation machine. Top left, so there, top left, 80 pound or 36 kilogram bicep curls. I probably could have done more, but the machine's quite uncomfortable. With free weights I probably could have done better, but that was it. And then over there on the left again, we've got leg extensions, which was a personal best, and I've got jelly legs to a couple of days after that now. 240 pounds, 109 kilograms, so I maxed out the entire thing. Starting, so as you can see, there's 2 pictures all around me for each weight. So one is the weight I started on, and I did 6 reps for every weight from, so say this one above me, for example, started on that weight and went up to 120 pounds, 6 reps each time. So as you can see on the leg extensions, started at 14 kilogram and went up to 109 kilograms, 6 reps on every single one. So my legs are knackered now. And then on the left here, you've got cycling. My target was 4 miles, all 15 minutes, whichever I could do, whichever came first, and I managed to get 4.01 miles in 13 minutes 51 seconds. You can see my average heart rate, reps per minute, average speed, etc. They're all just listed there, so feel free to pause and have a look if it actually interests you. And then the other test I did was, what was it? I had 12 minutes. I did breaststroke. We'll discuss this more in the future, but I'm a terrible swimmer. I've always been a terrible swimmer, and I've built up to the point where I can comfortably get across the pool and back in like 10 strokes, and I was doing the average 1 a minute, 12 minutes. It took me 12 minutes to do 12 laps, and that doesn't seem very impressive, but bear in mind I'd done all of this and the cycle ride, and my legs were knackered from the legs and all of that. So this was spread over 2 days, so all the weights were on one day, and then the next day I did the cycling and the swimming. So I could probably do a heck of a lot better than that, especially if I was doing front crawl. I could massively up that, but I've been sticking specifically to breaststroke to kind of, because I want to strengthen that manoeuvre first before I learn to swim properly. Also, as you can see, I wear glasses, so I need some proper goggles, and I've never really been comfortable with water in my eyes and all that kind of stuff, so and my breathing's really bad because I'm a heavy smoker, etc. Excuses aside, these are the metrics of like where I'm at with my fitness at the moment. Yeah, so that's my performance metrics for this first video, so thanks for watching that section. Hello, so in this section I'm showing all around me my body shots. It's incredibly anxiety provoking and insecurity provoking, but nonetheless we have, I think the bicep and triceps, I got the measurements the wrong way round, but we have left bicep above, which is 35.7, right bicep just up there is 36.6, forearms are both 30 centimeters, calves down there are 39 and 41, with my left being the 39, thighs that way 55 and 52.5, belly this way 95 centimeters, waist 36, chest over that way 100.1. so this is a good time to say that I started training, working out about 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, at about 12 and a half stone, and I'm now currently 14 stone and a bit of chub, as you can see from the belly, but made loads of development. I suffer from mild anorexia, so I tend to flip up and down in weight quite a lot. But I just thought, for my own records, I'd show you my body size and measurements, etc. So just to finish up, I kind of ran out of ideas of what to say. Just finished day one, like obviously it's now night time, but I managed to get there at 8 o'clock as soon as the gym opened. Did 7.5 minute run, did about 2 kilometers ish. It was gentle, average heart rate 165. Got my 6 laps of the pool, just smashed it as quick as I could, breaststroke. And then I did new personal best on biceps, which was 16 kilograms, 6 reps, progressive overload, started on 10, moved up to 16. Chest only managed 90 kilograms because I was knackered. And triceps 90 as well, just a gentle start to the day. This is day one. Day one complete. Like, subscribe, share, stick around for more content. We're going to be doing this every 4 weeks. There'll be alternating 3 other video series that alternate week 1, 2, 3 and 4, but you'll find out more about that if you just look at the channel. Thanks for watching. I've been David Bradley. Peace.